Hey, what's going on, guys? I restarted all my progress on Need for Speed Heat. I used to own all the cars in the game, but now it just seems that I own these couple. So I have a Corvette Grand Sport. I also have recently acquired this Camaro. For those who do, or those that don't know, I recently acquired a Camaro. It has basically essentially replaced the Mustang. Um, yeah, that Mustang that I bought in real life is kind of a death trap. And what's going on, chill? But yeah, it's safe to say that I no longer own that Mustang, and this is basically the exact body style of Camaro that I own. I own a 2014 Camaro LT. Some people might make fun of it for being a six-cylinder. I just have to say this, man. Like, it was what was available. It was either that or, like, maybe walk away with, like, another fucking Mustang that was also rusted out. Like, like, dude, the only other Mustangs I had were newer than 2015, and thus they were, like, in the upper, like, $19,000, and trade value, I just wouldn't have had enough to afford it without financing it, and I really don't want to go back into debt. I really want to just stay debt free. So I mean, I just another 5 grand got me a Camaro. It's a nice looking car to look at, like yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world, obviously. Um, I kind of wish I had these rims on my Camaro, but unfortunately, I have aftermarket rims, and my rear tire is coming off because whoever put the aftermarket rims on the car, the previous owner, they put very low profile tires on 20-inch rims, and they're not even the right tire size. So like some of my tires are falling off, like they're coming off of the rim. Like, yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. Um, Needless to say, I'm not a Chevy person. I'm not really into Camaros. They're not really my thing. I'm not really a big Chevy guy. I will say that the Camaro is a nice looking car. I can respect it's got some respectable performance and specs. I mean, in terms of ride and drive quality, I mean, I'll be the judge of that after I put new rims on the car with new wheels or new tires. Fucking, but yeah, it costed me another 5 grand. It's the same coat of red too. It's more like a burgundy. Mine's a little bit brighter. I don't know. I might show you guys my car on. I might go live here in a second on my phone, just to show you guys my Camaro. I am going to black out the Chevy logos. I'm going for red and black. I really don't want chrome rims. I just want like black rims. Black out the grill. It's like my first drill. Ooh, shitty dick titties. That was not good. That was pretty dog shit there. I hope I don't do that with my car. I literally own this exact same Camaro, except this is the SS, I believe. So it's got the LS3 in it. It's a pretty solid car, honestly. Alright, I don't know if you keep on PlayStation Plus. I gotta renew my yearly membership. It's gonna cost me a lot of money. I just put a lot of money into my Explorer. I went and had my oil changed, had them grease up my suspension and certain joints in my car to kind of, you know, narrow down some of that creaking, you know. Let's make some more money here. I think this is a newer Camaro. Mine's a 2014. I like it. You know, it's a pretty sweet looking car. It's a lot better than having nothing at all. I'm glad that I got out of the Mustang, because the frame was rotted out. Like, I mean, it was bad. Like, I mean, every part of like the undercarriage was just like complete. Like, there was rust everywhere. There was not a single part of the car that didn't have a speck of rust on it. You know, and owning something that's not a Ford, so I'm a Ford guy, you know, I love my Mustangs, F-150s. I respect Chevy, I'm just not a Chevy guy, you know what I mean? Like if I had the cash just on hand, I'd go and get me, um, like a Ford Econoline van or like an F-150 or just some more utility than my Explorer. I honestly like the Explorer. I think a lot of people really shit on them. I mean, I take really good care of mine. There's not much maintenance really that you have to do that's like outlandish. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're, you know, like Ferrari brake pads are extremely expensive. Like, they're like 500-600 bucks a pop, and they're just fucking brake pads. You know what I mean? The shit like that. I don't know. That's why I don't own cars like that. I respect those cars. I like those cars. They're great fantasy cars, but yeah, in terms of like real life daily driving, you know, honestly, the fucking 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine that I have in my Camaro, it only gets maybe 3 or 4 more miles per gallon than the V8. So you're not really saving much in fuel economy, honestly, other than like my insurance, and I'm so fucking glad that I ended up with a V6 instead of a V8. My insurance to insure a Ford Explorer and a Camaro, and my Camaro's red, and I'm a male under 25. It's only $305 a month, and I do have speeding tickets on my record. So I mean, like, it's, in all honesty, it's not bad. Like, it's really not that bad, if I'm being brutally honest with you guys. I'm gonna try to keep my driving record clean. My first ticket should be coming off within the year, I believe. Within a year or so. Year and a half, maybe. And hopefully, you know, I'm 23 now, so I'll be 25 in another 2 years. What's 2 years, you know? I just think right now I'm just gonna focus on upgrading my Camaro a little bit. I might put an aluminum drive shaft in it. I'll do the cold air intake. I'll put high flow exhaust, like the catback style exhaust, you know. You know, I might do that to kind of make the car a little bit more loud and get a little bit of performance out of it. The cold air intake will barely do anything performance-wise, but I mean, like, this is my first time really modifying cars. It's a used car with no warranty, so I can't void a warranty if there's not a warranty that exists, so that's kind of a funny thing. You know, I mean, like, that's just some common sense stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and go get my, like, office chair. Oh, shit. But yeah, I just got my oil changed in my Explorer, and I had them flush out uh, the old radiator fluid, put in some new coolant and stuff. Which, I mean, all in all, doesn't really seem like a whole lot of maintenance stuff, but I mean, like, overall, it's good to take care of your guys' cars, you know, like, it's one thing to, like, skip out on something or hold off on it for a while. But, man, when you own them, you gotta take care of them. Because if you don't take care of them, something might break or something might go wrong, and that's when owning cars becomes not fun. Now, obviously, when you first get into a car, I've not been a great car buyer in my experience. I jumped the gun on the Mustang. I had to get the Explorer. I didn't have time to really go out and get it inspected. I got it late at night. Well, not late at night, but way later in the afternoon. Dealership was on the verge of closing. I financed it, got it paid off early, like by 4 years. No, I got paid off. Yeah, 4 years early. I had it for 2. It's 5. No, or was it 6 years? I'd have to go look at my fucking my buyer's agreement or whatever. But I didn't. I've never leased a vehicle. I don't ever plan to. If I'm being honest with you guys, leasing a vehicle is smart and dumb at the same time. Like, how many people are watching? No one's watching. Cool. Leasing a vehicle is fucking retarded. You don't own the vehicle. Now, for some people that like live in a big city and they have to move somewhere out for work, it's expensive. Leasing a vehicle might be a bit better than being indebted to a vehicle. Because, like, say you wreck your vehicle, you still got to pay off a loan. So, like, gap insurance is kind of important. You know, and I'm in my young phase, so I'm allowed to make mistakes right now that aren't going to cost me years and years and years of my life to fix. You know, now that I'm no longer in debt, I can afford to make a little bit of mistakes and afford to take care and maintain these vehicles. Man, like honestly, when it comes to like all the cars I've owned, I've never owned a boring car. Even the Explorer is a pretty boring car, and it's not even that boring. Like, it's actually kind of a cool car. I've gotten nothing but, like, here's the funny thing. The only person calling it boring and lame is me. No one's ever said that my Explorer's lame. Like, everyone that's got in my car likes it. You know, for whatever reason. They have their own reasons. Like, my buddy Isaac compares it to, like a Land Rover. There's this girl I was seeing for a little while. She had kids. She loved the car because it was spacious. And, I mean, a couple of my buddies think it looks like a police car because, I mean, well, it's an Explorer. Cops use Explorers, like, you know. So, you know, like, there's just a lot of people like it for different reasons. And, honestly, it's sort of grown on me. Like, I like it because it's dependable. It gets me from point A to point B. And, you know what I mean? I can always rely on that car. And I have my my roadside emergency kit in my car and tools and stuff. I'm pretty self-sufficient with that car, and you know, I really like taking care of it because I mean it takes care of me. You know, it gets me from point A to point B. You know, a lot. You know, and it means a lot to me that that car is still running and still going on strong after 2 years of owning it. So I put over 40,000, or no, I put 37,000 miles on that car within just 2 years of owning it, which is a fair amount of driving, if I'm being honest. We're going on our 2nd year anniversary here in, well, let's see, it's already late January. I think we got the car in early February. So when I got my Explorer, I believe it was like February 3rd or 4th. So yeah, we're going on almost 2 years now, and I put almost 40,000 miles on the car. You know, I think with proper maintenance, I might be able to get 303 miles out of that car, junk it, get another Explorer. And I say that because like going from one Explorer and probably getting into a slightly better one, or maybe even a Lincoln, probably not a Lincoln, just another Explorer, is just for the simple fact that, I mean, you know, I really like my car, man. Like, I like the Explorer. It's the only SUV, and I remember saying it, I remember saying it in a group chat, and it came back to haunt me, right? It's funny how these things happen, because I was playing Need for Speed, and me and like Bradley were talking about cars, and you know his mom drives an Explorer. Hell, my dad used to drive an Explorer. You know that? Like my dad, a long time ago when I was a kid, you know, my dad is a Ford guy. I grew up. He had a 1999 Ford F-150. My mom drove a 6-cylinder 2002 or 2001 Ford Mustang. and my dad traded his little red Ford for a blue, F-150 from 2010. And that thing was a really beautiful looking blue. It was a beautiful truck. I loved it. It was an awesome vehicle. It really was. Had black leather interior, blue on the outside. It was a mean truck, man. Like it had the little blue lights over everywhere, and I just thought it was a cool truck. He had this really nice bed liner in there, had this job box in the back. It was like a stainless steel, so it's kind of that stainless steel on that blue with the black bed liner looked just fucking cool, man. I love that car, man. I love that truck. He got rid of that truck and got himself a red Ford Explorer. I think it was a 2013 model year. No, it was a 2014. And I got the 2015 Ford Explorer. No, or is mine 2014? Hold on, it actually says it right here. Hold on. I forget. Let's see what the thing says on here. Yeah, mine's a 2015. And my Camaro is a 2014. So I mean, they're about a year apart. And then my 2004 Mustang GT 40th anniversary, the yellow one, as you guys have seen on my YouTube shorts. I only got maybe 70 miles out of that car, driving it from Cincinnati to where I live. And then just driving it around town. And every time I drove that car, I was risking my life. When I drove that car for a little bit, I gotta say, it was a fun car. I actually really liked it. I really wish that it wasn't all rusted out, because I'd be enjoying it. And my Camaro so far has been fun. I just gotta get new wheels on it, and when I do, I can start driving it around. And yeah, so like I said, I'm working on getting the Camaro new rims and tires. I'll be getting new lug nuts for my car as well. I don't like the previous owner has like these red spike lug nuts. It just looks fucking retarded. Okay, that's just not me. I don't like the spikes. I think that's stupid. Whoever thinks that's cool is pretty stupid. Probably some little kid thought it was cool, became an adult, manufactured them, then now idiots buy them. Oh man, the Nissan Skyline R34. One of the best looking JDM cars ever made. Well, now the Corvettes are sweet. Like, they're cool cars, generally speaking. I have to come out and say it. Like, I probably would never own one. I don't know. I might own a 1999 Corvette. Might own an older Vet. Something I could work on. But, it's not on my priority list here. But in this game, yeah, the Corvette's pretty sweet. I ain't gonna lie. I really like it. Well, you know, I've bridged the gap, man. You know, now I can say I own both Ford and Chevy. And the first car I've ever driven was my mom's. Well, not true. The first car I've ever driven technically would be my dad's Explorer. But I really was scared. I was like 13 years old. I took my mom's Mustang around the block, but the first real like car that I actually drove was my mom's Equinox. So I might go to this rim place that might be able to partially repair, mostly repair my front passenger side rim, and I'll sell those aftermarket rims in a set of 4. Might be willing to let them go for say $800 total, so I'd be like $200 a rim, which honestly isn't half bad. I might even let them go for $150 a piece, which would be, you know, a pretty fair amount, but still, it would help pay for the rims that I'd be getting, right? So, I mean, it'd help make back some money. So, but yeah, after I figure out this Camaro situation and get it all fixed up and ready to go, I'll be focusing exclusively on just maintaining my cars and upgrading my gun collection. Oh shit, too much. Oversteer. You know, guys, and I've honestly thought about this too, like a 2019 or 2018 like Honda Civic Si in like an orange. I would own that. I mean, honestly, it's probably the only Honda I'd probably own for a little bit. I'd only try to get maybe 40, 50,000 miles out of it. Just to say I've driven it extensively. But I'm not a Honda guy. I don't really like Hondas or Toyotas or Nissans. I like Mitsubishis, not really, but some of them, like the 3000 GT. That's what I know it by. I just know that car. I don't know the engine in it. I'm not a Mitsubishi guy. I like the Mitsubishi Eclipse. A little underpowered. The Mitsubishi Lancers are pretty ideal. Pretty cool cars. But just like you know, like the Japanese supercars are like the affordable supercars, you know, like the Supra, realistically, and I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna say it, the Nissan Skyline R34 is not a supercar, and I think people get that kind of mixed up between it being a sports car and a supercar. A prime example of the difference is like comparing it'd be like the equivalent of comparing a Corvette to a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the Corvette's a really like great sports car, but it's not a supercar. Like, yeah, it has a lot of supercar-like styling to it, but it's not by any means a supercar. It is just a high-performance sports car. That is all it is. And really, I think that's goes for most of the Japanese offerings in the 90s. So the Supra, uh, the NSX, and the Acura Honda NSX. Yeah, all those cars are just high performance sports cars. And some of them in the U.S. aren't even high performance. Like some of them only made maybe close to 300 horsepower. And that's bone stock. I get that. I get that. You can get a lot more power out of those engines. You can probably make 700 to 800 horsepower out of those engines, no problem. With unlocking the ECU and remapping everything, you could do a lot to those cars. But they're just it's you're not bad for liking those cars. It's just you have a different taste than say I do. I think that's just the bottom line thing. I like more American German stuff. I'm a huge Ford and BMW guy. Just because, they both of them make great engines. I'm not gonna lie. BMW makes the engine in the McLaren F1, the 1990s F1, the supercar. You know what I mean? Um, and of course, I think I can go acquire it real quick in this game. Hold on a second. Where's the dealership? There's only one dealership in the whole game. It's kind of stupid. I remember how in like Need for Speed Payback there were multiple different dealerships that sold different styles of cars. Like one sold off-road, another sold like hot rods. One of them sold like just higher performance cars, that kind of thing. The Barracuda. Subaru BRZ. See, here's my issue with this Civic. It's just not even a good looking car. It just looks like pure shit. And then there's this Civic. I hate this body style. What is this, 2015? This is a horrible styling. I don't know how the Camaro costs 2,000 more than the than the Corvette is crazy. Like that, just like how does that scale? This thing makes a whole ass, well, makes a whole ass 33 more power levels. It's crazy. The RSR. We can cheese the game with the RSR. It's crazy. I don't know what to buy. These are awesome engines. The only issue I have with the RX-7 is it's a rotary engine car. That's the only issue. Not a fan of rotary engines. Not because they're bad by design, just because they're difficult to maintain. Because there's no guarantee you're going to find the parts you're looking for that car. The old Camaro SS. Hmm. I mean, I definitely could probably sell this car. I mean, I definitely probably could. You know, I mean, I'm gonna come out of left field a little bit, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna come out a little bit out of left field, and I'm gonna come out and say, a car that I would consider quite lame would be like the Ford Fiesta, but like the Ford Fiesta ST would be kind of a fun little car to own, in my opinion. I would like to own it just to drive it once, like just to drive it. You know what I mean? I think that might be my first manual, which I know they have huge problems with the Ford transmissions. But you know, before I buy something really nice that's in manual, I would like to just own a low power manual, just kind of start from the bottom, trade up, and get a cool car in manual. Now, daily driving manuals, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of suck. Especially in the city, having to constantly shift and fuck around with it. It's just something that's kind of annoying. I like the automatic transmission for commuting and daily driving. It just makes, you know, I'm already having to deal with a bunch of idiots or a bunch of impatient assholes or a bunch of slow ass motherfuckers that don't get the, you know, that don't get the cue to fucking hurry up. There's always someone doing something wrong on the main roads and on the highway, so I don't want to have to add extra steps to stopping and going. You know what I mean? And call me lazy for it, but it's just, that's not what I'm about. I'm about simple and easy. There ain't shit that they got that's worth 400k right now in this game. Let's go. Level on up. What did I do to this BRZ? I raced it. They don't have louvers as an option. That's lame. For Need for Speed standards, that's lame. They don't have like rear window louvers. Oh, something about gunmetal gray Mustangs are just fucking based. I mean, Mustangs look good in blue, red, gunmetal gray, black. Um, fuck, don't exit to daytime again, dude. Exit to nighttime. I need to level up here. Um, yeah, Mustangs look good in most general colors. I will come out and say, even yellow, even the screaming yellow from the early 2000s and like the late 90s, that coat of yellow on my Mustang, that was a really good looking car. Oh shit, no, no. Motherfucker. There she goes. I'm gonna check my phone. I'm getting hungry. I might order some like wings from Wingstop or something. Mm. Oh shit. Trying to get away from all these guys. And this 5.0 Coyote is really sweet between the LS3 and the 5.0. I prefer the Coyote. I just prefer the 5.0. I prefer the Mustang. Here we go. Something that actually pays. Wait for that cop to move out of the way. Oh, there's another one coming? Well, watch that radar, man. Pays 4,000. Which means we're gonna probably get a lot of XP from doing this. Even something as low as a 0.5 multiplier would still be considerably pretty good, but we have a, well, yeah, we got plenty, like, yeah. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and use our nitrous, our NOS. This Mustang has kind of strange cornering. I feel like I have a little less control over it. And especially like in terms of like handling like with the RSR. We could just always cheese. I could always just cheese the game with the RSR, honestly. I just don't want to do that because it just seems kind of mid to just cheese the game like that. But I mean, we can totally just cheese the game with the RSR. Get out of my way. I had to cheat. $9,000, holy dog shit, Batman. We're gonna get this shit going, Chief. Because we're on a ×2 multiplier. That's almost 20,000. It's like 18,000. And some change. We're about to hit up this ×3 multiplier after this race, so we'll have a shitload of XP. Son of a bitch.
Wake up. Got one of our guys in a pursuit.
Too bad Toyota's not cool. The whole reason that they didn't want to be in this game, which is crazy to me, but they don't want their brand being represented by being chased by cops because they're such like a family-friendly brand. That's the whole reason that there's no Toyotas in the entire game. Place second is still gonna reward me a lot. 8,000. Hey, it's still better than nothing. Fuck you, BMW. I'm out of here. I miss my Beamer so much. Oh, and that's how it happens in real life too. That's how people get caught, man. They slip up. A lot of shit happens at once. People are trying to move out of the way. You're trying to move in the way. You're trying to get out. Son of a bitch. Land here.
The drivers managed to break line of sight. Looks like someone lost our target. Get in there and find that car.
Hold on 1 second.
Chasing our tails here. Pursuit's over. We spent all this time chasing these assholes, and now we gotta give up?
My first heat race. Dude, I hope I get a pretty neat. I hope I get a crankshaft or like an ECU tune. Holy shit, I could totally put that on my Mustang.
got you now. What you gonna do about it?
Get away.
They really think we would recognize him again? They wrong about that. All units, we've located the previous suspect and picked up the pursuit.
Son of a bitch. Fucking hell. That guy in first place is gunning it.
I'm doing okay, but the others are lagging behind. Can you do something about it, Control? Reinforcements incoming. Let's rumble. I'll push him out of the lane if I have to. Big shots on board. Stop your vehicle.
Fuck you. I fucking see Ford always beats Chevy. Let's do it. Oh no, no shit. Whoa.
Don't make this chase you.
You're doing okay, rookie. Keep it going.
We went up a couple levels.
The parts shop is offering you some upgrades.
The Volkswagen Beetle is the only new car I've unlocked. That's lame as fuck. I just did a high heat race. Where's my high heat parts, bro? want to buy an RSR and cheese this. Whoa, okay, hold on a second. Whoa. Ferrari. Ferrari. The 458 Spider. That's such a beautiful looking car. Dude, those Ferrari rims are sick. Dude, it's based. The Diablo. The Diablo SV. Lamborghini Countach. Oh man. Yeah, this thing is gonna need some serious upgrades. But I mean, dude, this thing is fast out of the box. Oh, that Camaro. Look at my car trying to beat this Ferrari. Not happening, Chief. I'm dead ass serious, guys. I definitely have the Need for Speed Camaro. I might keep it. I might just like add it to my car collection in IRL. I might start collecting cars. Yeah, I don't know. For me, Chevy's a little bit of an underdog. I mean, seriously, like when all things are considered in like the 60s and 70s, like I mean, the late 50s, 60s, and 70s, like Chevy was like dropping bangers, like the Chevelle, the Nova, the Vega. And I mean, old Mopar was pretty banger too. I mean, like, dude, the real issue I have with modern day car design is like none of the auto producers are doing cocaine to the levels that they used to be doing. Because back in the day, they used to make all kinds of fucking cool looking cars that were pretty based.
Hey, look at your new baby.
Dropping the 0 to 60. 3.27 seconds. Even with these parts, it's still only 4.3 seconds. Like, these little Japanese cars aren't very fast. potential horsepower goes up exponentially. I mean, you know, obviously. Holy shit, you could put a V8 in this thing. I wouldn't trust it. You know, the smartest people in real life just keep their cars stock because they don't want to risk like blowing an engine, which is completely understandable. I mean, like putting in a whole new engine block in your car is kind of not really ideal. That looks based. Not digging that splitter in the front. It looks like a fucking whole dinner plate. Not unless we widen. Is that as wide as those front fenders go? Hold on. Let me pull this up so I can read your comments. I'll pull it up on my phone because YouTube's kind of stupid. I kind of like this. I mean, it's pretty aggressive. I mean, but it makes it look a lot nicer. I ain't gonna lie. I like this. We're going with this. I don't give a single solitary isolated fuck. We're gonna make this car look pretty cool. We're doing it my way, 'cause my way is pretty fucking based. Alright, see that looks reasonable. Oh, let's get these a little wider. Okay, it adds like a little side vent. I like that. Do you guys see that little vent? Hold on, let me free the camera up real quick. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Dude, this is lame. But you can see it right there. That looks based. Dude, this looks based. Little Subaru BRZ action going on here. That looks perfect right there. Kind of widen it out at the bottom. It sucks because this is the best looking body kit for the rear, but it fucks with the side skirts. So we just need to. Yeah, it widens out the ass. I like that. The diffuser. Diffuser works here. It's pretty based. It's whoa no. Yeah, that works. I hate these like ridiculous looking spoilers. You know what I mean? Like I like the more. See that looks right, but like dude, that's still kind of ridiculous. Right there is pretty good. I'd say, you know. But nah, this is my particular favorite like spoiler style. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's non-functional, like it doesn't do anything. But I'm like, dude, you know those big ass spoilers in Grand Theft Auto, you know the ones you can take shelter underneath when it's raining. Yeah, that shit looks ridiculous. Oh, we gotta have a hood scoop. Right there, that's it, baby. That is it. Whoa, hold on a second. Well, that is it. I mean, these two come really close. But nah, that is it. I like that. I like how it kind of how it scoops up. We'd have to edit the wrap a little bit here, and that's fine to make it make sense. I never understood. Yeah. Do we want to black out the taillights? This is the move. That's based. I ain't gonna lie. That's based. We're just gonna leave that as is. Nah, we thought of everything. Anything on the roof? Can we change out that antenna? Oh, we can't, but we can add these extra like fins. We'll go with that. Alright, boys, what do you think about that? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a slow as shit car because it's like unmodified, but I mean it works. And that's all that matters. This fucking Nerf fucking this looks like Nerf. This wrap here reminds me of like the fucking Nerf in Strike. You know what I'm talking about? Or what was the one with the blue and orange? So like orange or yellow. I fucking dude, it's been forever since I've like fucked with Nerf guns and shit. Holy shit. I'm gonna leave the Camaro red so it looks like my Camaro in real life. 'Cause I mean, like, let's see. Let's see if I can't make it look more like mine. Edit paints. So my Camaro is probably like that. That's it, man. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. That's my Camaro. Holy dog shit. Yeah, that is my Camaro, guys. If I were to here, fucking hell. I will post a video of it later. But here's what I'm wanting to do with my Camaro, guys, and you guys let me know if I'm stepping out of line here. But I know mine's just a little thing. You know, she ain't nothing. She ain't nothing too cray cray. But Yeah, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I need to get out after that. Let's see. Scale it. Can I fuck with this thing? Can I change its shape? Can I like elongate this and straighten it? Because if I can do that, or if I can make it do something like flip, flip. I want to get like some black, like stripe thing going down like the back of it. Hold on, kind of. Oh man, dude, holy dog shit, chief. Holy dog shit, chief. Actually, dude, what the fuck am I even fucking with here? Dude, I don't even think they had the shape I'm looking for here. Here's something better. Here's something sporty like. Maybe in the front? I would like it to be on like the quarter panel. Flip this shit. Yeah, have it go right there. Maybe that's a bit too much. Yeah, this is something for the front. You would put it maybe say right here. Elongate that a little bit like that. And then change the color to black. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe on the side like that, where it hits that the Z28 badge. Maybe raise it up just so that way the top like stripe goes just above the rear fender vents. Possibly, maybe. But we're gonna have to add some extra design layer here with this. Something like, say, like coming up around this bend here. Like that, maybe, potentially. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, motherfucker! Yeah, that works. It's not perfect by a long shot. Yeah, that looks better. I don't know, just something that it's been so long since I've been making these. But something more along those lines. See, this would be perfect if it were shaped correctly. Hold on, there's some cool stuff over this way. Actually, dude, you know what would be fucking sick? I mean, like, I want to keep my stuff looking basic. I don't want to be too kind of, I don't want to be on the spectrum by any stretch of the imagination there. Just like imagine if my Camaro in IRL were gonna have to come in at a strange angle. Like right there. Yeah, imagine I get like some tribal fucking some tribal livery going on. That'd be fucking sick, dude. When I was in like middle school, I was obsessed with like the tribal art style. Dude, this shit's fucking beast. Dude, fuck yeah. Fucking gnarly. Yeah, dude, you can get something pretty sweet going on here. But just like, keeping it simple. Actually, let's like lower this to where like, yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah, that way like the Z28 badge is covered in like the black like tribal stripe. Dude, that goes, I ain't gonna lie, yo, that goes hard as fuck. I mean, it's simple, it's simplistic. Um, what shall we do for the hood? Is there any cool thing I can do here? Let's see here. Yeah, like that. And then like, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Like that. Dude, based. A Mike Tyson mobile. Oh yeah. Oh, well, let me put like the bullet holes. Man, I thought it was gonna be cool. Actually, we should like try putting this in the center and elongating it a little bit. Like that. That looks kind of based. I mean, if only the tip of like whatever the hell this like tribal wing thing is went to like the very tip of the hood where it like, perfectly, like symmetrically. See what I'm saying? But every time it kind of goes in the front, it just kind of gets cut off. Bro, I'm limited. My options are limited. Let's see here. Because you know what I could always do, guys? Could always do some like wild dog shit like this. Like, where is it? Where was it? This might look kind of stupid. You guys can criticize me in the comments. But if we were to just invert this. Like that. Kind of, sort of. And then oh my god, it won't work. It can't work. Wait a minute. Yeah, it can. I have to just do this. Hold on. Let me fix it. Bam. Like that, dude. Alright, we need one more thing. Doesn't necessarily have to be in the tribal art style. We just need kind of a centerpiece. That is fucking beast. That is beast. Little engine rotary engines. I don't know, boys. I'm going to back out of this one. But no, the colors, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, this is my exact red on my Camaro in real life. And I want to put like black wheels on mine. Mine has like I have aftermarket wheels on mine, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big fan of aftermarket wheels on cars, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If done improperly, it can cause problems. Like the previous owner of my car decided that they were gonna do that, and they did it the wrong way. They put these really big tires, or these really big rims on my Camaro, and then they put these tiny ass, not even the right size tires on the car, and they're low profile nonetheless. And it's causing problems. Like my car has traction issues. I mean, it's good enough to drive from point A to point B at a reasonable speed. But I have a fucking I have my tire coming off like the rear driver's side fucking rim. Like I have picture. I can show you guys video. But I'm so glad I don't have to like rebuild an entire car, because I would have had to rebuild the entire Mustang. I mean, that car had so many fucking issues, you know, the fucking dude, because the fucking frame was rotted out. I mean, the guy was able to stick his whole fucking thumb through the metal, and I was like, dude, that's bad. So one wrong speed bump in the wrong part of town, and my whole car is falling apart. Like, yeah, I mean, there were so many like things wrong with that car. I would have had to replace all the fucking bushings. I would have had to fucking replace the front and rear sway bars. I would have had to replace the control arms, both of them. I would have had to probably replace. Uh, dude, there's so much fucking shit I would have had to fucking replace, dude. It's not even funny. Like, it's actually not even funny. But now I'm in one of these shitty Chevys. It's not too bad, honestly. I am going to do that to my Chevy logo, though. I am going to black it out. Not a fan of that gold logo. I think the black goes hard with the red. I think the most I'm going to really do to my like Camaro, if I'm being honest with you guys, cold air intake. There's going to be a cold air intake. There's going to be probably high flow exhausts. I'm going to put blacked out wheels on the car. Probably in like a glossy black, kind of like this. I think that looks really nice on the red. I might change out the spoiler to be black or carbon fiber. Yeah, I think that's really going to be it. I mean, apart from like maybe some interior trim, replacing some silver with carbon fiber trim. You know what I mean? There's not really much I want to do to the car. I know I'm definitely doing an aluminum drive shaft. I did that to my Explorer, and it's so well balanced. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see what else. I don't want to remap the ECU until I know for certain, or until I know people that can do it the right way. I might upgrade the camshaft, just like the internal. I'm not going to put a turbo or supercharger on my car. It's just a little 6-cylinder. You know, at some point when that 6-cylinder or whatever goes to shit, I might engine swap it to an LS3. The car's paid off. I don't owe a dime on it, so I can really do whatever the fuck I want with it. And I don't. My car on the rear has been debadged. It does not have a Chevy badge, so I would definitely put a blacked out one with chrome accents on. I don't mind the chrome accents on like the badges, but if anything, you know, just very light chrome accents. You know, like nothing too serious, honestly. I'm not gonna be doing all this crazy shit to my car. I might change the gearing to be better for acceleration. You know, like that's not a big deal. Ooh, there we go. Ouch. Love how my car's unscathed. Like it's just like there's just a couple streaks of paint that's kind of fucked up, but it just like ran into concrete. In real life, the whole front of the car would cave in. Things are made so cheap these days. Not like back in the day when shit was made out of like steel and metal. You know? I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna pop out of here. I might go live and show you guys my Camaro. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pop out of here and show you guys my Camaro in real life. If you guys are interested, I'll be live streaming here in a second.